to start by you giving us a thumbnail sketch of your background.
Okay, my name is Chad Bobo, and I would say that my background in, well, life in general, I'm a country boy from Mississippi. Went to school at Ole Miss, which is where I met my now wife. And we've been together ever since our freshman year in college. We have 2 kids. My son did 4 years in the military and now works in Georgia. Our daughter, she's a speech therapist, married a police officer, and they have our first grandchild. And as far as my work background is concerned, mostly filled with warehouse management. Did that for years. But my first job outside of college, I was a probation officer. I worked in the Shelby County area, and I also did juvenile court there as well. And I felt like we were just going in circles. I was seeing the same people, whether it was in probation or juvenile court, or it was like a big circle. And I got out of that and thought that I could be more of a help because a lot of the people that I work with didn't have training. So I started working in warehousing and got to the point to where I could help other people train in different skills so that they can move throughout their career and have something to fall back on. And I did that for several years. Got involved in politics because that actually was my undergraduate. And did that. I should say I decided to get more involved than just knowing about political science. And the first campaign that I worked on was Mike Pence when he was running for governor. And it was extremely cold in Indiana. We lived there for 5 years. Extremely cold. Nice place the people were nice, everything. But it was a new thing for us getting used to the snow on top of the snow. And then you wait a few more days and it snows again. Being from Mississippi, that got to be old really fast. So about 4 years, 4.5, almost 5 years of that. And we decided to move back south, and we moved here to Nashville. And we've been here for about 10 years now. I've worked with the governor in his re-election campaign. From there, I worked with Speaker Sexton as a staffer. I did constituent services and policy as well. And I was, from there, I was asked to work, run for this campaign. And it took me a while to consider it because a lot goes into this and you have to put your life into it. And about a month later, I came back and said that I would run, and so I had to leave my job.
So you're doing this full time? You're
Yes.
campaigning full time at the moment?
Yes.
You and your opponent both have police officers in the family, law enforcement backgrounds. Are your views at all similar on matters of law and order?
I'm not exactly sure where her views are, but I can tell you where mine are.
Sure.
I support the police. I feel that in many ways that there are more ways that we can support our police. But I also feel that we need to make sure that our police are, we used to say peace officers a lot, and in a lot of ways that's what they are to me, because I feel like when they're around, it's a lot of peace. So whether people want to or not. So I think how a lot of ways how we look at our police and how we support them needs to change to be more positive, especially in communities where crime is high.
You're a resident of Nashville, and if you win, you'll be representing parts of Nashville.
Yes.
You've said, though, that you don't support Mayor O'Connell's transit plan. Why?
Not the biggest fan of his transit plan. I like parts of it. I like the idea of shuttling people from the airport downtown because that's where a lot of that traffic goes. But the idea of saying that it'll cost us $3 billion, and I've spoken with some economists that say it'll be north of $6 billion. And
So you don't trust the numbers?
No, I don't.
Many of our readers have expressed concern about inflation, speaking of numbers. What's one policy that you could get behind that would affect the cost of living for Tennesseans?
I could always get behind the idea of cutting our grocery taxes. That would be one particular. And anything we can do to help lower gas prices as well.
In Tennessee, of course, abortion has been banned, but do you support or oppose exceptions for rape, incest, or the life of the mother?
Hopefully we will get back to the idea of abortions being few and far between, and those exceptions as far as the mother's life is concerned, and incest and rape.
Let's talk a little bit about guns. Would you support extreme risk protection orders or red flag laws?
I think that that everyone has a constitutional right to protect themselves. And one thing that I never want to happen is for, let's just say, a single mother, or a single woman for that matter, who has dated someone and she has gone through the legal process of getting a protection order, which doesn't do a whole lot, and in relationships, she may have had to go and get counseling and things of that nature as well. So that may put her on some list at some point to say, well, she's had this in her background, so she can't protect herself. I never want to put someone in that position to where they can't protect themselves.
You've spent some time on the Hill already as a staffer.
Yes.
You've seen the atmosphere that has sort of taken over up there. Do you think things can change? Can we get cooperation?
I think we can get cooperation. I think one of the things that will help is me being in this particular district and being the House member from this district. There are people, and it's not just here in Tennessee. It seems like it's across the United States. People who their main goal is to cause more chaos than actually trying to work together. I just want to make sure that our streets are paved, our state streets in particular. We have good schools, and that we continue to improve our education system, and that our police officers are supported, whether it's local or state.
Do you support school vouchers? And if so, should there be limits on income for those who might be eligible?
I support school vouchers. One of the main things that I support about the idea of school choice relates more to giving our children more opportunities post high school. But part of the training can start before high school. I want us to do more training as it relates to giving our kids skills and trades before they leave high school. I want our kids to have money in the bank by the time they're 21, 22 years old, instead of owing $120,000 after they finish college. So I want to press more in my district and getting a school in that district that the main goal is teaching our kids trades.
How are you going to get young people to vote?
Well, that's more of a, we try to push that as a society, but that's more of their training within their home. So if the parents vote, then most likely the kids will vote. So just trying to get as many parents out as possible to vote.
Thank you.
Thank you.